What's up, everybody? Both Bethesda and Kensington are super sought after places to live because they're both right outside of Washington, D.C. And I've actually noticed that a lot of times my clients think they want to move to Bethesda and then they pivot and end up picking Kensington. So I thought in today's video I would go through the differences between Bethesda and Kensington, so if you're thinking about moving here, you'll know which one you prefer. So let's just dive right in. And if you are thinking about moving to Bethesda or Kensington or any place in Maryland or DC and you'd like our help, just send me an email and we'll set up a Zoom and we'll get you started. So like I said, they're both amazing places to live in Montgomery County, Maryland because of their proximity to DC. So first I'm going to just run through the numbers as side by side, and then I'm going to get into the culture, why they really feel different from each other. Kensington is located just east of Bethesda with a population of around 20,000 people. It's 4 miles from the border of Washington, D.C., and 2 miles from the Capitol Beltway. Bethesda has a population of around 65,000 people, and the southern part of Bethesda actually borders D.C., and the northern part is about 7 miles from Washington, D.C. The median home value for Kensington, Maryland is $705,000, according to bestplaces.net, and the median home value for Bethesda is $1,050,000 from the same source. But I have to tell you, especially with new construction in Kensington, it can be much, much more expensive, especially in South Kensington. The cost of living in Kensington is 154% higher than the US average, and the cost of living in Bethesda is 189% higher than the US average. Bethesda has 2 metro stops, the Bethesda Metro and the NIH or Medical Center Metro, but depending on where you live in Bethesda, because it is so big, you could be very, very close, or you could be a 10 to 15 minute drive. Kensington is between 2 metro stops, Grosvenor and Wheaton, but neither one of them are actually in Kensington. To take the metro from Bethesda to DC to Metro Center in DC, it would take you about 37 minutes from Bethesda Metro. If you're in Kensington, you'd have to drive to Grosvenor first, but then it would take you about 41 minutes to get to Metro Center. So depending on where you live in Bethesda and Kensington, they could be about even if you want to take the metro. They both have a city center or a downtown, but while Kensington is older and charming with a historic district and really cute shops and a farmer's market, Bethesda feels more newer with some big box stores like Apple and Amazon. Specifically, downtown Bethesda has nearly 700 retailers. They also have an art house movie theater. They have tons of restaurants. Like I said, they do have some big box stores, but they also have Bethesda Row, which is a little alleyway with a wine shop and a bar and restaurants. It's super cute and very walkable. In Kensington, you really feel its rich historic past. They have an old train station that you can hear the trains whistle even today, although it dates back to 1873. Like I said, they have a weekly farmers market and they have concerts and there's lots of art galleries, and it just feels really, really charming, but kind of from another era. As far as parks and recreation, Kensington maintains 7 town parks and also 3 county parks. It also borders Rock Creek Park, which is absolutely stunning and goes all the way into DC. In Bethesda, you've got 6 gorgeous parks plus a lot of local parks, and one of my all-time favorites, the Capitol Crescent Trail, which starts right in the heart of downtown Bethesda and goes straight into DC, into Georgetown. You can ride your bike, you can rollerblade, you can walk it. It's so much fun. So you can see so far they both have a lot to offer, but now let's get into the housing values and the schools. And like I said, I'm going to finish it up with really telling you what I feel the different cultures are like in Kensington versus Bethesda. So if we just compare apples to apples, I did a search based on the last 6 months and went for the lowest price house sold in Bethesda and the highest price house, and then did the same for Kensington. The lowest priced house in Bethesda in the last 6 months sold for $620,000 and is 945 square feet. The highest price house in Bethesda in the last 6 months sold for $7 million and is over 9,000 square feet. In Kensington, in the last 6 months, the lowest priced house sold for $405,000 and has a square footage of 1,152 square feet. The highest priced house that sold in Kensington in the last 6 months was for $2,400,000 and the square footage was 4,748 square feet. And as far as the lot sizes are concerned, the lots in Kensington are pretty small. Remember, it's a very old part of Montgomery County. You can possibly find a lot up to half an acre, but that's pretty rare. In Bethesda, but remember Bethesda is much bigger, you can find bigger lots up to an acre, even some more than that. But it's a lot bigger area to choose from. The closer in you get to DC and Bethesda, the lots are going to be smaller. And as far as the style of the homes, in Kensington you can find these older Victorian houses that are absolutely stunning. And you also have the new construction modern farmhouses in Kensington, mostly in South Kensington, which are quite expensive. In Bethesda, you can find basically anything. You'll find the new construction filled in within the older houses, but predominantly I would say the style in Bethesda are the brick colonials. And as far as the public high schools here in the spring of 2022, in Kensington you have 3 different public high schools. You've got BCC, Walter Johnson, and Albert Einstein. According to Niche.com's latest rankings, BCC is ranked number 7 in the state of Maryland, Walter Johnson is ranked number 4 in the state of Maryland, and Albert Einstein is ranked number 18 in the state of Maryland. In Bethesda, you have 4 different public high schools. You've got Walt Whitman, which according to Niche.com is ranked number 2 in the state of Maryland. You've got BCC, which is ranked number 7. Walter Johnson, which is ranked number 4, and you also have a small pocket that goes to Winston Churchill from Bethesda, which is ranked number 3 according to Niche.com. Also according to Niche, the median household income for Bethesda is approximately $165,000, and for Kensington is approximately $125,000. So now that we've gone through all those facts and numbers, I want to give you my impression of Kensington versus Bethesda. If you're looking on the lower end, the more moderately priced housing, you probably would have more luck in Kensington. You can find more affordable housing there, although there isn't a lot to choose from because it is much smaller than Bethesda. On the luxury side, on the high end, I found that my clients really consider both very closely. They're both close to DC, they both have access to public transportation, and they both have similar access to public high schools. I do think that Kensington has more character with its rich history and all the older Victorian homes, Antique Row, that incredible farmers market, and the Noyes Library, which was built in 1893 and still exists today as a children's library where they have story time and different readings. If you are anywhere near Kensington, you have to go visit it. It just has a real small town feel to it, and it's just a very special place. So if you're into something a little more artsy, a little more creative, a little more texture, I think Kensington is a great choice. It's just so much fun to walk around on a Saturday, go see the farmers market, go to all the different shops, the little mom and pop shops, and see that old train station. It just feels like you're in a different place. Bethesda to me, with the NIH, the National Institute of Health located in Bethesda, and the Walter Reed Medical Center, it just feels a little faster paced. A little more, it's still very elegant and very cool, but it's a little more hustle and bustle in Bethesda. It is super cute with downtown Bethesda and Bethesda Row and walking around all those beautiful shops and restaurants. And you also have the Westfield Montgomery Mall, which is a huge luxury mall in Bethesda. It's also just much bigger than Kensington, so you have a lot more to choose from. There's a lot more neighborhoods and different choices of different styles homes and different price points. I did videos on both of them, both Kensington and Bethesda, and also showcase a lot of neighborhoods, so feel free to check those out because I am curious, which would you prefer? Which is more in your vibe? Is it more kind of the hustle and bustle of Bethesda, or a more sort of laid back, creative, historic place of Kensington? Put a comment below because I would love to hear what you prefer. I love them both, Kensington or Bethesda. I think anyone would be lucky to live in either one. And if you are thinking about moving here to Kensington or Bethesda or any place in Maryland or DC, and you like our help, we will make that move as seamless as possible. Just call, email, text, morning, afternoon, night, we've got your back. And if you did enjoy this video, please tell a friend and smash that like button. I do appreciate it. And if you want more videos like this, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Bye.